My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of Upper Room Culture Magazine, during which we'll bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
Within the framework of preserving Egyptian heritage and the Egyptian identity, the activities of the 65th Diarna Exhibition for Handicrafts and Heritage was recently launched. The Ministry of Social Solidarity organized the exhibition, and a number of Egyptian ministries and environmentally friendly associations, with the distinguished participation of the Ministry of Culture. The Heritage Handicrafts displayed, in which the Ministry of Culture participates in, this year celebrates the culture and arts of Siwa Oasis as the guest of honor, as it is a distinctive region of Egypt from the popular and artistic legacies that characterize the unique region and oasis of Siwa. Siwa is represented in the exhibits of its artistic legacies, customs and traditions of their daily lives, as well as costumes. The Ministry of Culture participates in this session through the pavilion of the Cultural Development Fund sector, which includes the products of the Handicraft Center in Fustat, such as pottery, seashells, khayamiya, and copper, in addition to the pavilion of the Fine Arts sector, which includes 150 products from the General Administration of Crafts and Heritage research centers, which are leather products, traditional costumes, wood veneer works, tents, decoupage, and other traditional handicrafts. The ministry also organizes a busy artistic program for the exhibition's visitors through a number of artistic performances by folk and traditional art groups throughout the days of the exhibition, which started with the performances of the Rida Folk Dance Troupe and the National Folk Arts Troupes, affiliated to the Artistic House of Folk and Performing Arts. It is noteworthy that the Diarna Craft exhibition is held with the participation of more than 400 exhibitors representing 20 governorates and environmentally friendly associations. On the sidelines of the exhibit, a number of workshops are held to promote handicrafts through a number of civil associations in order to teach the participants various arts such as candle decoration, copper work, leather, mosaic, accessories, and embroidery, and all kinds of different arts. A place will also be allocated for handicraft works for children, in addition to a number of recreational services. It is worth noting that this version of the exhibition is inspired by Old Cairo, where the streets of the exhibition were named after historical lanes in Old Cairo after the names of the founders of handicrafts that existed throughout Egyptian history, representing a huge productive force. The Cairo Opera House announced the opening of the Muhammad Abdul Wahab and his Musical Instruments Museum at the Arab Music Institute for free for the public for a week, which comes in celebration of the birthday of the late legendary musician Abdul Wahab, better known as the musician of generations. This is an annual opera tradition aimed at introducing new generations to the symbols of Arabic art. The museum narrates the features of the career of Muhammad Abdul Wahab through several halls, one of which bears the name Hall of Memories, and it's divided into two wings. The second includes a number of private furniture of his house, such as his private office, his bedroom, a set of his favorite pieces of furniture, and some of his personal belongings, in addition to a cinema hall that includes all the films that he acted in and are shown to visitors on special screens. Another hall includes a complete library for Abdul Wahab's works of music, songs, albums, and his private photos, and public figures and artists, which the visitor can browse on touch screens. As for the Museum of Musical Instruments, it contains a group of old instruments that were found during the restoration of the building of the Institute of Arab Music. The instruments were carefully renovated and displayed according to its nature, varying between strings, wind instruments, percussions, as well as other instruments. A board is placed next to each instrument explaining its nature and the device that produced the sound of each instrument, including rare ones such as the three-quarter tone piano dedicated to the Oriental instrumentals, the Japanese koto instrument, the Indian sitar, the santur, and the metal mandolin instrument. This was used by Abdul Wahab in the melody of his song Ashiq al-Ruh, or The Soul Lover, in the Ghazal al-Banat movie in 1949.
يا عيوني حبايبي ليه هجروني ليه يناموا وانت تصحي يا عيوني ليه.
Several musical events held at the Arab Music Institute Theater by various Arab music troupes in celebration of Abdul Wahab's birthday.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement and events that are taking place in Egypt. Let's watch the following segment for the activities of the Cairo Opera House.
The Cairo Opera Company, under the supervision of its artistic director Dr. Iman Mustafa, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra, led by Maestro Nair Nagy, and with the participation of the Cairo Opera Choir, presented scenes from 3 international classic operas directed by Hisham Al-Talli.
Tonight we'll be introducing excerpts from 3 operas. It's Abe Flute, or the Magic Flute, by Mozart, the great Mozart. And the second part, Il Trovatore by Verdi. The third part is Tosca by Puccini. I'll be performing an excerpt from the role of Zarastro, the high priest in the Magic Flute. At the very beginning, he was an opponent to the marriage of Prince Tamino, the Egyptian prince, and Pamina, the daughter of the Queen of the Night. But when he understood the love story, he accepted at the very end, because Pamina was ordered by her mother, the Queen of the Night, to kill Zarastro. And then he understood the theme of love, that Pamina saved the life of the prince. So he was, at the very end, decided to let this love story go on, and it was a happy marriage at the very end with the Egyptian prince and a fairy princess. Of course, you should give an expression, a facial expression, the pose, the stage direction. The director, Hisham Al-Talli, orients you how to move on stage, to express yourself. The idea of the Zarastro, the high priest, is that to express the majesty, the wisdom of the high priest, that epitomizes the Egyptian civilization with its strict rules, with its law, with its sovereignty, with its pride over any other culture. So it's a big deal. It requires an acting capacity also from the singer, not only having a good voice and a good technique. First of all, try to train yourself very well and search good teachers. This is so imminent. You should fight by yourself, but you should search good teachers. I studied with many teachers. Always have a good teacher. That's a must. Promote yourself, listen to your teachers. Try to know your real capacities of your voice. You should fight, but with a bit of prudence, not to hurt your voice. You should learn well, should be cultivated as much as you can. If you are into this kind of singing, is a difficult genre, but through the willingness and hard work, you'd reach your goal.
The Cairo Opera Company presented its performance on the Grand Theatre at the Cairo Opera House, included the Magic Flute by Mozart, the Trovador by Verdi, and Tosca by Puccini, performed by Dr. Iman Mustafa, Julie Vizi, Ahmed Shimi, Tamer Tawfiq, Dalia Farouk, and other beautiful strong voices by the members of the Cairo Opera Company.
I think the first time we mix 3 operas in one performance, and it's very weird for some people, but actually I'm so happy to do this because it makes us so concentrate in our work. We have 3 casts, every cast work in his job, and he has to do his best to be the first. Today Magic Flute was better than blah blah, today Tosca was better fly blah. So it's something like competition, and for the audience, I think it doesn't make the people feel boring or something, because if you know the story and you know what's happening in the opera or whatever. So you will feel, okay, I know what. But now this is, and because it's three composers also. So different music, different cast, different decor, everything is different. In a few minutes, you will change the mood. Actually, we used to sing with the orchestra and with the symphony orchestra, and sometimes double the instruments. So for us, it's live means you have to be full concentrated with the maestro, with the orchestra, with the friends, what's happening everywhere. So for the beginners, I think it's too hard. But for us, it's our job, so we have some fun or pleasure. I will perform in Tosca. It will be the last opera with my friends and great singers in this opera company. But it's so dramatic. But we start with the magic flute. Not we, I mean my friends, my colleagues will start with magic flute, and I think for children also, because we have birds, we have katakit, as we said. I don't know in English what that means. We have many things to feel. It's like a piece of joy, as you said, you know.
Opera is a dramatic story told through song. It is considered for many to be the most fine art, combining all the elements of art, words, music, and drama. Shuruk Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
The camera of our program is always going after the cultural movements and the events and also the activities that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
The Cairo Opera House presented an artistic evening with the Spanish takes by the international artist Mona Burkhard on the small theater at the Cairo Opera House, accompanied by the organist and artist Amr Hassan and the tunes for the drummer Sharif Khidr.
They are all of these songs, they are very old songs. This is a tradition of Spain. So we start every time our concert with the tema of the Spanish tradition. This is a Spanacani, what I dance about it. And then we sing all these kind of songs. It's from the 50s, 60s time. And all of these songs, like our Egyptian songs in this time, talk about love, about flowers, about everything good. It was just one song in French. This was called Jezebel, and we played because it's the same music like the Spanish song Paso Doble. At first, you should have the talent for this, to feel the music, to feel the movement. You should have a sportive body, and I learned this. I'm Egyptian German. I was in Germany. I live in Germany for a long time, and I learned the technique of the movement of the Paso Doble, or let me say not only Paso Doble, but just the five kind of dancing. This is the class of the dance. This is the cha-cha, rumba, samba, jive, and Paso Doble. But I prefer every time the Paso Doble because the Paso Doble is in my blood. I feel it. A lot of people think that I'm Spanish. I'm not Egyptian. And by the way, I sing Spanish. I understand very good Spanish, but I never talk Spanish. This is the problem. And to sing Paso Doble, nobody think it's a normal or easy music. Yes, if you hear it, it's easy music, but this is very difficult because this music need a complete orchestra behind you. But we play, my group play, we are 5, we play as a complete orchestra because this is not easy. We make a lot of rehearsal that we arrive to the people and we arrive to this success. You should have the feeling in your body. It's like a body talk. You should talk. Is like a lot of people here, let me say in Egypt or in all over the world, in Germany also, they have a problem to understand the difference between flamenco and Paso Doble. They are, let me say, they are one family. But flamenco, it's you use your face, you use your body but flamenco you use one instrument. This is the shoes, to talk with the other instruments, the music instrument. The Paso Doble, you use your face and your complete body, how to, you squeeze, This is one of the technique, what I learned in Germany. You should squeeze your Hüfte in English, I don't know, Hüfte, you should squeeze it when you dance to arrive like a Torino. You go to the Torino and you look at him as I am here, and you have to squeeze him and show him that you have the power, your power coming from up till down. It's not easy, I know.
De noche cuando mi acuesto, le rezo a la Virgen de la Macarena.
Mona also presented selections from the masterpieces of Western classical songs that appeared during the 50s and 60s of the last century, in addition to a group of famous Spanish Paso Doble dances that simulate in their steps and performance the sport of bullfighting, performing songs like La Morena di mi cupla, Granda, Campaniera, Fuego, Lástima, Pento de la Arena, Cariño Trianero, and many others.
Mientras en el mundo viva, como sea traicionero. Y mi virgencita, la reina nevada, le da lo que pide, le da lo que pide. Esta arribada.
Egyptian people or Oriental people in general, they like the sadness in melody, and they have, okay, even like you said, it's powerful performance and dancing and everything, but if you listen well to the melody, you'll find a little bit sentimental and sad. Yeah. So we start to make it in 2014. Let's try. We start preparing for 2 years, from 2014 till 16. Then we start to perform. Yeah, and sometimes people accept it in a very good way, and a lot of people come. Sometimes we found the theater empty, no problem. And yani, of course, it depends on state of the city and state of the country and people. And we try to make the ticket in a little price, not very high.
Mona Burkhard also became a professional in classical dance, Latin and Spanish paso doble, and formed the Magical Melodies Orchestra in October 2014, desiring to spread the culture of Spanish classical music, given its close proximity to Oriental music.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Culture Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed being with me. Please wait for me in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.